Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Rule the Waves. This is part 8 of a Confederate Let's Play where we're playing as the hypothetical Confederate States of America, assuming a Confederate victory in the American Civil War, and the son of the great historical gamer or historical butcher from our Ultimate General Civil War series is our character in this game. Not that that's a real thing, I just made it up, but whatever, it's fun that way. We're playing as a Confederacy, as I mentioned. We fought a war against the British a couple of years ago and took parts of Canada and also British colonies in the Caribbean. We also fought a war with France just a couple of episodes ago, which was more or less indeterminate. We sank several French heavy cruisers, but we didn't really gain any substantial concessions. The game does say we got some concessions, and we're currently at peace. Tensions are starting to inch back up. We have an alliance with the British, but currently we do find ourselves in a state of peace. In our last episode, we designed a new battleship class as well as a new class of destroyers, and we're in the process of sort of toggling budgets and peacetime thingies to try and build up the strength of our navy so that if we do find ourselves in another war, that we're ready to fight it. With that being said, I'm going to turn this over to myself. This was taken from a live stream from a couple of days ago, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, and I'll catch you guys at the end. British government wants to buy rights to improve diving gear. By all means, they're our allies, right? They'd never use that for ill. We'll go with our first light cruiser class once we get through this. Dominican Republic. France is apparently sending a force. France is unimpressed. Does anybody ever listen to our demands? The Dominican Republic is now part of France. We're going to go back to war with France, for fuck's sake. At least they have more territories that we can try and take. We took New Providence from the British when we fought them, and we took New Brunswick. So the South has a colony in Canada. Go figure. All right. We're going to frickin' go to war with France, probably. Tensions between our ally Great Britain and France are rising. Great Britain is asking for our support. We should honor our obligations fully. Oh boy. War! Again! The second Franco-Confederate War. Enemy forces in the area, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers. Oh boy. So we've got the... Is it ironic to me that a light cruiser for the Confederacy would be named the Appomattox? Doesn't that seem a little bit off? Can I... Huh. Where's our ship? Alright, so we're guarding some merchants. Hopefully the enemy doesn't outnumber us heavily. Because all we have right now is a light cruiser and a single destroyer. 6 merchant ships. God help us if they have anything heavy. Multiple enemy ships, that's not a good sign. The Appomattox, one of our new cruiser classes. It's a Midlandville class, 12 5-inch guns, so they got a lot of fucking guns. Get out this way. No way that's a battleship. Any sense. Oh shit. Are they really heavy cruisers? Fuck's sake, don't let them be cruisers. And Appomattox is dead in the water. You're dead in the water! Get the fuck out of there. Why'd you stop? Well, that convoy's fucked as all hell. Get out of there! I don't know how much damage you've suffered, but for whatever reason you stopped. Run away. Might still be faster than their heavy cruiser. I'm fine if they want to destroy the merchant ships. Maybe they'll chase me instead of the merchants? Yeah, chase me. Chase me. Save the merchants. outrunning them. Huzzah. Our stokers are going to get tired soon. Turn back. I just want to see if they're going to... I want to make sure we kind of keep leading them away from the merchant ships. Going. Like the enemy heavy cruisers heading back up toward the merchants. Okay, if we want to try and engage the Cosmo by ourselves. Oh shit, the heavy cruiser's coming back down. Why do we keep losing speed? Are we damaged that bad? Or is it just machinery getting damaged? But machinery was repaired, so I don't know if we're actually flooding or if we're just... Now, the Cosmo class, I think we actually sank a couple of those in the last war. We saw a lot of them. This is not a new French cruiser design. The Appomattox is fucked. 1 flooding. 7 medium hits. We're claiming seven shell hits of our own. Cosmo looks dead in the water. Shoot. We get the enemy before they come in and race and sink us. Someone shoot a torpedo at the Cosmo. I can't issue that order yet. Appropriate skills. We're shooting torpedoes, they're just nothing's hitting. Look at those torpedoes all flying in there. There you go. Alright, Cosmo's hit by a torpedo. I gotta imagine that she's done. Another 2 torpedoes in on that light cruiser. Gotta be done. Question is if we can get away. I think we're pretty badly damaged. Cosmo sunk. We can only make 10 knots. Badly are we flooding? Got 3 damage stars. Heavy structure, heavy flooding damage. So we're sunk, but at least we took 1 enemy with us, right? And I think the Cosmo is a heavier ship, tonnage-wise, than us. Turn back, maybe... I don't even know if we have any torpedoes left that we can try and take out the Mars. I guess we have the hope that the weather gets bad. Just lost sight of the enemy. I still think we're probably going to sink in an event. Hey, we escaped! We escaped! So we lost 1 merchant ship, but the enemy failed to sink 2 transports, and we sank a light cruiser. That's a victory! Alright, so... that went well. The war got off to a good start. We got a little bit lucky there that that night fell. A CSA minor victory, 566 victory points. The enemy gets 360. And now that we're at war, we probably should like bring everything back into the active fleet. Got a huge budget also now that we're at war. Side note, since we're allied to the British, they do provide some victory points for us as well. Selecting unrestricted submarine warfare for our subfleet. We have actually plenty of money for everything to build, so I guess that's the sort of secret sauce. A lot of these ships are obsolete, however, so the question remains what we want to do with them. So these minesweepers, I think, immediately go to coastal patrol. That deals with the majority of our need there. I think a couple of these light cruisers are going to have to go there as well, because they're kind of obsolete. That takes care of coastal patrol for now. Submarine warfare policy keeps changing. The Rappahannock class, frankly, if we've got the money, as it kind of looks like we do, I'd like to I'd like to redesign this ship. So it can only make 23 knots. It's obsolete. It has old firing control. Go ahead and give it new firing control. And we lower the secondary armaments a bit. Trying to see here. So the time and cost, this would take 4 months. Would cost $300,000. So we could do that easily. We could upgrade its fire control. But we can't improve its speed. If we replace its machinery, it's going to take a year. Cost a lot of money over a year. But theoretically, we could get this thing up to 26 knots, which would make it a very versatile heavy cruiser. But the war might well be over, and it would take 16 months and $2.4 million. So basically, we'd almost make a small battle cruiser, but we'd do so at kind of the expense of just a vast expense. Whereas if we just change it to central turret firing here, we can do that immediately. Do that in 4 months for $300,000, makes its gunfire more accurate. I think, much as I'd like to improve the speed, I think that's all I can justify right now. I hope that makes it not obsolete. Essentially, we upgraded the fire control. That'll take 4 months, but that's fine. The Alexandria, designed for rebuild, firing. This thing, just out of curiosity, if we were to replace machinery, we could get up to 23 knots, which isn't as appealing. We could also replace the guns and improve the guns. We can make this thing basically a brand new ship. Better guns, better speed. Reduce the secondary armament. We could even get it up to 24 knots. But it would take a year at almost $2 million a pop. Again, I don't think I want to do that, but what I do want to do is we'll go ahead and open the ship for redesign. We'll upgrade the fire control. That's cheap. $300,000 over 4 months. That's easy to do. And should make it more effective in combat. We'll do that. So these guys aren't, new by any stretch, but they're more or less refitting for war. And I think we may do that for the Tallahassee class too. Oh, I hate to put like all of my ships into the dockyards. Do that. Oh wait, that would cost 20 months? 3 months to do whatever. Oh no, 3 months. Okay, 3 months. And still kind of slow. But it is what it is. Can we add more torpedo mounts maybe? Wow, we can add more torpedo mounts, and it's still only going to be 3 months to do all this. So we can double the torpedo armament on these things, give them better fire control, and get it done in 3 months. We're going to do that, because the war is definitely still going to be. So we'll take these active ships, and then we'll kind of swap other ships out. But we're going to go ahead and rebuild these guys. All right, so that means our fleet is kind of dispersed. We probably want to avoid too much in the way of battles initially, as those ships are being redesigned. But it is what it is. Things are working up. We look at the map here. Does France have anything on the northeast coast? Nothing. So we have 5 destroyers there, which puts us at risk of the enemy kind of landing there, but they also don't have any naval forces here. Meanwhile, they have minimal naval forces in the Caribbean at this stage. They will certainly bring their force to bear. Let's take a look at the situation. The French have 2 battleships to our 2, so they're even there, but they've got 4 battle cruisers. We have none. They're building 2, so they'll have a total of 6 more capital ships than us. We're building 3, which cuts the odds in half, but those fast battle cruisers may be difficult for us to deal with. In any event, we've kind of managed to get switching off unrestricted submarine warfare. Actually, and that brings up a good point. We do have a little bit extra in funds. Go ahead and build 5 more submarines. They're all coastals, though, which is really annoying. Anyway, so move ahead. Insufficient ships on foreign stations? No. What do we need to do on foreign stations? Need more in Northeast America? Alright, so let's send 2 of these more obsolete Virginia-class battleships up to the northeast. We'll also send 2 light cruisers and 2 more destroyers. Hopefully, still need 2 tons. I don't quite understand. Oh, we'll assign this light cruiser to foreign. Oh, shit. That unrestricted submarine warfare policy dropped again. We sank 5 ships, gained 25 victory points. We lost 2 subs of our own. They won. British add some victory points. Over to unrestricted submarine warfare. 6 enemy ships for 30 victory points. We lost 1 sub. Convoy defense near Puerto Rico. I guess the issue is when the game generates battles, I don't think it really assigns assigns battleships to convoy defense ever. So if the enemy has heavy cruisers here, we're going to be stuck in this situation again where we've got light cruisers going up against heavy French cruisers. I'm actually going to decline that battle. Costs us 110 victory points, but I want to get these other ships completed. If we get these heavy cruisers done, then I can assign them to that area, and I think we'll be in a little bit better shape. So new destroyers are having trouble reaching design speeds, which is just great. Light cruisers are rebuilding. French submarines really kind of kicked in effectively that turn. Coastal raid, medium, Gulf Coast. The enemy might have a battle cruiser. All right, well, we'll fight this one. We can't just let them bombard Pensacola. See what we've got. We've got 2 light cruisers. Like, come on, if it's really going to be a coastal defense, give me more to play with. Merchant divisions, light cruisers. Right. I think the installation we have to defend is right here. Enemy is shooting at this light cruiser. No way, that's a battleship, right? So it's an enemy light cruiser of the Cosmo class. They've also got a heavy cruiser of the La Tourterelle class. Our light cruisers will charge in. Hopefully all they have is 1 heavy cruiser. If that's all they have, we might be in better shape. Try and isolate and destroy the Cosmo. Seems like our ships have done okay versus the Cosmo class historically. Really rather not batter it out with enemy heavy cruisers, though, as they just sank one of our transports. We have more destroyers than that. It would be really great to be able to send our destroyers in on like a flotilla attack. I don't think I have that skill yet. Switch them over to screening roles. Maybe they'll go in front of us, or maybe not. Speed. Cut into the wake of the La Tourterelle so they can't fire broadsides on us. That's the extent of my tactical genius, by the way. Don't shoot broadsides on us. We'll cut into your wake. Alright, we're going to run away. And because I'm playing in Admiral mode, just as a reminder, I can't issue direct orders to my ships. To my non-flagship ships, that is. I can issue orders to the ships in our light cruiser squadron, but I can't issue orders to anybody else. Heavy cruiser's going to tear us apart. Yeah, I'll sacrifice the victory here by letting you bombard the shit out of my installations. I don't want to lose any ships right now. Ships are precious. Did they say at the earliest? I thought they said that it was 2019 is when the game would come out. Okay, so they're bombarding the installation, which is not shooting back, by the way. Does anybody ever, here's a good question, does anybody ever invest in land installations? Like, do you guys ever buy coastal defenses with guns? Because you can do that. Does anybody actually do that? I've never seen a reason to. Like, they never seem to be effective. Now, this installation may not be effective at all because I've never invested in anything. I don't know. But I'm just kind of curious. We in the battle already? It's going to ravage the whole southern shipping. Do, 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 do. Okay. French victory for sure. It says major. They destroyed the bombardment target. We lost an auxiliary and a light ship. Troop transport sunk. Let's see how major it was. Enemy major victory. Yes. I don't know why bombarding a single target counts as a major victory, but whatever. Fine, be that way. Alright, what do we want to do? I really do want to use this time to design our first battle cruiser. I feel like it would be a good time, but the problem, because we have money, the problem is it probably will never see combat. We'll do it anyway. Everybody has battle cruisers. I know battle cruisers are sort of a dubious investment in the first place, but we'll do it. We'll do it. Aft superimposed. So now we can do superimposed in front and back. It's awesome. We can do 13-inch guns on this thing. We can use oil firing. Secondary 6-inchers. I really wish they were in turrets. I don't think I can do that yet. I can. I just get a rate of fire penalty. I actually prefer 5-inch guns as my secondaries, personally. Is it just a rate of fire? Is there... So there's no accuracy penalty. It's just a rate of fire thing. 10 3-inch guns as well. Belt. Let's make the belt 10. 10-inch belt. I don't know why the belt extended is heavier on battle cruisers. Deck should be 2.5. That's kind of my standard. The largest we can build now, 29,000 tons. Conning tower should be 12. Maybe 13. Equal the caliber. Birch should be 12. I don't think 11. Secondaries. Alright, so 27 knots. I'd prefer to make 28. Then we'd really have to cut down on the armor. So we'll make it 27 knots. 29,000 tons. The Bonnie Blue class. We'll make it called the... Oh, goodness, as I slam my joystick into my desk. The Stuart class. It's named after a cavalry figure. Might be spelling it. Okay. Also has 2 torpedo defense. So this is our first truly modern quasi-super dreadnought, although it's a battle cruiser. Go ahead and save that. Acknowledge that. Build 2 of them. Go crazy into the red. We're building 2 of them. The 2 Stuart-class battle cruisers. A bunch of ships should come off the ways to get our budget in better shape in the next month. Additional naval loan. Better naval budget. Subs are sinking enemy ships. Cruiser action. Heavy cruisers are now complete, so only thing the enemy has in the region are heavy cruisers. So hopefully, oh, they decline naval battle. All right. War B. Are we blockading them? I think B means, yeah. They're blockaded by us or an ally. Let's just, I mean, we're allied with the British. So realistically, Great Britain is probably the one blockading the French. Although all of their, where are all their battleships? They've got, wow. So the British Navy the British are a good country to be allied to, because they can cause the enemy to be blockaded basically like right away. So that's awesome. Here. President is considering sending out feelers of peace negotiations. Let's see. Don't show weakness. Yeah, like, they're blockaded. We should not be signing peace treaties. They're the ones blockaded. British giving us 60 victory points. A large battle in the Antilles. They could have up to 3 battle cruisers. God. Give the enemy the victory points. They're not blockaded anymore. Damn. Need to formulate a strategy here. How we're actually going to succeed. I was kind of banking on submarines to be more effective than they have been. But all I can build is coastals, which I'm sure limits their effectiveness. Yeah. We do have the 3 heavy cruisers, which are now back into service. Any of these other ships going to be done anytime soon? They're all like a year out. French are building... We're building 2 battle cruisers. Battleship. Done. We can get our battleships into play, then we're in good shape. It's just the issue that they've got battle cruisers. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of Rule the Waves and our Confederate Let's Play series. We entered the episode at peace, and once again, we find ourselves at war and with the French for the second time in this game. This is our 3rd war in just 12 years. We're 6 months into the war. So far, it's roughly an even fight in terms of victory points. The French Navy's much stronger than our own, but we're kind of holding our own. We'll see how this all plays out, but that'll be for the next episode. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Let me know your thoughts below, as always. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm out.